Many of you must have heard of this US fighter pilot who was shot over enemy territory. Okay, and his jet was blown into pieces, and he jumped out and managed to open up his parachute and then safely come down, though he came down into enemy territory and was in prison for over 5 years. He was treated as obviously a war hero. He was a veteran, and he came back from the mission. That was the 76th mission on the Navy as a fighter jet pilot. Many years later, he was at a dinner with his wife. Suddenly a man approached him and said, "Aren't you Captain so and so?" He said, "Yes." "Weren't you shot over Vietnam and you had to bail out? I am so happy to see that you are fine and your parachute worked." So this man was surprised. He said, "How do you know so many things about me? Obviously the parachute worked because I'm here alive, otherwise I wouldn't have been here alive. But how do you know about all this?" So he said, "I know because I am the one who packed your parachute." And he was stunned because he didn't know this guy. Okay, and he shook hands and came home. Parachute packing, by the way, is when it is done manually, it has to be done absolutely perfect. The folds have to be immaculate, and the way it's placed inside the container has to be immaculate, because when it is used, it has to open up and not get entangled. Okay, so it's a job, and this man does it every day. When the pilot reached home and he couldn't sleep in the night, he kept thinking that this man who packed my parachute, I owe my life to him. But till date, I didn't know of his existence. I must have crossed him on the ship so many times in uniform and never acknowledged him. I have never said thank you to him. And he packs the parachute every day for us. He is so important for our success. And for us, he is invisible. So the question is, who packs your parachute? All of us who are successful, somebody is there, and it's not one person. There will be many people in our life who help us make our day smooth, our career smooth, our life smooth. There are a lot of people at work who are helping us do that. Can't think of them? It could be, say you are a surgeon, when you get into the OT, there is the surgical tray which is kept there, all sterilized, all the right tools, everything there. There is somebody doing it. Somebody who's taken the effort to do all that and keep it immaculately so that you can perform a great operation and be successful, and you are the hero. But there are people in the back end. In our workplace, there are so many people. It could be somebody in India, for example. There are people who serve you tea, and it just wakes you up during the day and helps you go on. There are people who give you a lot of data to make decisions in the back end, and many times we don't even know who they are because it's some central body which is sending you those data, and there are a lot of people working at it. There are people who make slides for you which you go and present to customers or senior management, and you are the star, but there is a lot of work happening in the back end. They're all helping your life or your day become smooth. Think hard. You will think of all those people who are packing your parachute. If nothing else, your partners. Your partner who makes sacrifices so that you can spend this additional time at work, or you spend your weekend at work. So there is somebody making sacrifices. Your parents who, when you were growing up, made a lot of sacrifices to make sure you are successful. How many times have we stopped to thank them? How many times have we stopped in the office to thank the guy who serves us tea? from now onwards, my request is just think about all those people who help make your day smooth. There are many of them. You just need to look at them. Look with the eyes, with that eyes, because they are all invisible most of the time to us. We don't recognize them. And when you see them, when you recognize them, please stop and say thank you. Yeah? All right. Till next weekend, stay unstoppable.